Here's how this works. Water, salt, and pepper, those are freebies. Your pantry, it better have flour, oil, vinegar, mustard, and garlic. Beyond that, you'll only need 5 more ingredients and 25 minutes to put an entree or entire meal on the table. So, shop, set the clock, and let's dish out. Our 5 ingredients will be about a pound of ribeye steak, some bell peppers, color of your choosing, a red onion, of course, the fajita seasoning itself, and some nice flour tortillas for serving. So, let's get to work. We'll begin by slicing our bell peppers into nice juliennes. Make sure to get any of that white membrane out of there, it's bitter. I'm going to slice these into about 1/4 inch size strips, but of course the exact size is up to you. With that out of the way, we'll take our red onion, slice it pole to pole, peel it, cut the root end off, and then I'm just going to angle the knife at about a 45-degree angle to the cutting board and get some nice lengthwise slices out of our onion. Try and keep it a similar size to your bell peppers so they cook evenly. For the steak here, I'm just going to slice it into medium-sized strips. I want something that is going to be able to fit into the fajita shell, but not so small that it overcooks when we pop it into the oven. You could use sirloin for this, filet, or a cheaper cut if you don't mind chewing a little bit, but ribeye to me just has the perfect mixture of fat and lean to keep these super moist and juicy after baking. We'll put all that into a bowl, season it up with salt and pepper, and then add in the fajita seasoning mix. I'll follow that with a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, and from the pantry, about 1 tablespoon of vinegar for a little bit of acidity. Stir everything to combine very thoroughly, and make sure you preheat your oven to 450 degrees, and get a sheet tray at the ready. Once thoroughly mixed, we're going to get this down onto our sheet tray. We're going to bake this at 450 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes, optionally turning on the broiler for the last few if you want a little extra browning. We want to make sure that steak is just barely cooked through and still moist, but we do want those veggies to soften. While we wait for that to happen, we got to get our fajita shells warmed up. So for that, I like to stack off a few into an aluminum foil pack, which is just a sheet of aluminum foil with the sides rolled up around the edges. You can toss that into the bottom shelf of your oven for a few minutes and they'll be ready for us. Speaking of ready, this sheet tray of fajitas is just that. That steak is succulent and moist, those veggies are tender, and there's just a touch of charring on the edges of some of those vegetables and steak. Of course, you could do this with chicken breast, pork tenderloin, shrimp, or even tofu, so mix it up with whatever you've got available. To assemble, I'm going to grab one of those warm tortilla shells, place down a couple pieces of steak, followed by a few peppers and onions. And then, of course, when it comes to toppings, the world is your oyster. I happen to have a little cilantro on hand. Of course, you need a little fresh lime juice. And I do love a drizzle of hot sauce as well. But sour cream, fresh onions, cheese, whatever you like on your fajitas, I encourage you to grab it and toss it on there. So, the only thing missing here is that steaming, sizzling plate coming out of the kitchen, but, buy one of those if you really need it. I think the flavor is just great without it. In less than 25 minutes, you've got restaurant-worthy fajitas. And I don't always eat the whole thing on camera in front of you, but this one, man, it's just got such great flavors. That succulent beef, fresh lime juice, those soft peppers and onions. I clean my plate. And I bet you'll do the same. Thanks so much for watching. Smash that like button if you enjoyed this video. And as always, get out of here and go make something delicious.